I don't feel like the fight's going to happen. You've just heard it from Usyk's promoter there himself, saying that 60-40 to the winner. How much more fairer can you get? Tyson completely priced himself out with the Saudis, so he's now shot himself in the foot, and he's doing anything he can, in my eyes, to avoid this fight. It's funny how he gives Andy Joshua 24-hour deadlines, and he's quick enough to have back and forth with Manuel Char on the internet, but yet he's gone complete radio silence with Usyk.
Yeah.
This is only a pumped up middleweight, apparently, who's got no power, and he'll stand him on his head. So
well, I don't think Tyson's scared of anyone. I don't think Tyson's scared of fighting anyone. That's not the issue here. It's a principal issue on business and finance.
If that's not the issue, then what's the hold up? He's completely pricing himself out. He's never going to come out and openly say, "Oh yeah, I'm scared of him," because he's been running his mouth for the past 8 months, saying that he'll fight for free. If you remember correctly, the Derek Chisora fight was a warm-up for Usyk. He called him in the ring along with Joe Joyce.
Do you not think it's more about principle of I'm the main man and I'm getting 60% and you're getting 40, like it or lump it, rather than I'm scared of fighting you?
Well, that's the whole reason why he priced himself out of the Saudi deal, because he wanted double than what AJ got. You know what I mean? And they laughed at him, because they see it as he's not a big commercial draw, as he likes to think. Adam Catchman said it well this morning. Tyson Fury is not a superstar that his inflated ego likes to think he is.
Well, that may be true, but he certainly knows he's not scared of anyone.
Do you think this fight will happen at all, David?
Never.
Waiting for before the one that we've been waiting for, before the one that we've been waiting for. Who's the common denominator? The common denominator is Tyson Fury. Let's be straight about this. This deal was done on Usyk's side with Saudi Arabia, because what was happening is that they were paying 2 separate site fees. They were going personally to Alexander Usyk, they were going personally to Tyson Fury. Alexander Usyk agreed his deal at the back end of January. It was done. He was in on the fight. Tyson Fury is under nod. He's gone back and forth with Saudi Arabia, and the deal ended up not getting done. That's why we've landed in the situation now where we're talking about Wembley on April the 29th. So therefore, it's a different financial business model. It's not site fees anymore. We're talking about gate and pay-per-view revenue. So now we're talking about a split between the whole deal. And Alexander Usyk, rightly, wants 50-50 because he's the unified heavyweight champion of the world and he's the undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world, Olympic gold medalist. His pedigree's there. It is a super fight. I think the majority of fans would agree it's a 50-50 split. Tyson Fury disagrees that it's a 50-50 split. He wants a larger piece of the pot. If you remember a time just before the Wilder 3 fight, there was a deal on the table for Tyson Fury to be fighting Anthony Joshua. The amount of money that was in that fight at that time was astronomical. We're talking 75 million quid. So therefore, in the back of his mind now, Tyson Fury's got a monetary value that he's worth that. No, he's not. That fight was worth that at that particular time. So now what we're finding is that obviously when he's fighting people like Dillian Whyte and Derek Chisora, he's getting an 80-20 split on big stadium fights. And people are coming out to see him fight. He's valuing this fight with Alexander Usyk as one of those fights. It's not like that at all. This is a super fight. This is a super fight between 2 even protagonists going into it. Like I'll keep saying till I'm blue in the face. Yeah, Tyson Fury sold stadiums out and whatever, but that's not that this. This is now a 50-50 fight for the undisputed championship of the world. If this does not get over the line, it's on Tyson Fury and Tyson Fury alone. It's embarrassing for him. He keeps telling everybody there's a proper fighting man. He keeps telling everybody I'll fight this guy for free. Well, put your money where your mouth is, man. Let's do it. Let's get this fight over the line.
And as you guys can hear this compilation of different British talk shows, boxing experts, platforms show their disgust, their frustration for Tyson Fury not making this fight happen. Okay? So it's just not me, the American guy. No, you guys know I'm pro boxing. I don't give a shit where you're from. I don't care where you reside. I don't care what you stand for as long as you get in the ring and you do your thing. Okay? And it just shows you the breakdown, how everyone pays attention, not just me, people, on what Tyson Fury's doing and the contradictions thereof. Okay? Now, to add to what they were talking about with the negotiations with Joshua, I mean, the ones in 2021, That was huge amounts of money, as we know. And I think what Tyson Fury did to add to what they're talking about, here's another theory. I think that Tyson Fury expected the same amount of money from the offer with Anthony Joshua in 2021 when Joshua was the unified champion as the money that he would get for Alexander Usyk. And I think he placed that value on that particular negotiations because it was in the same place. It was from the same prince. And he thought that he was worth that amount of money by himself. And what he doesn't understand is he's not. That's a different opponent. That's a different time. And that's based off of him. Sure, he's never been defeated, but it's also based off a guy that broke records in Saudi Arabia. When Anthony Joshua fought and defeated and got his belts back to reclaim his titles from Andy Ruiz, that broke from Sky Sports. It broke the record for pay-per-views. So in that bundle, that's why he was received a certain amount of money that was split up the middle because he was undefeated and he was also a champion. To that money equal to Anthony Joshua. But guess what? This is not Anthony Joshua. This is Alexander Usyk. This is not 2021. This is 2023. Times have changed significantly. When Anthony Joshua lost, the money lost as well. When he left, the money went with him. That's what happens when a cash cow loses, especially right before a potential super fight. That's why boxing, the sport that I love, that I hate so much, is set up in a certain way because they follow the money and they don't want anything to come in control of the money. That's why when these fights are good to go, let them fucking happen, because at any time a fighter can come through, a wild card can happen, an unexpected fighter can beat that cash cow, and then the money all goes away. And I think Tyson Fury figured that he still had $100 or $250 million credit with the Saudis just because he didn't lose, but he is not a marquee value like he thought he was. He is not Anthony Joshua. Sure, with Anthony Joshua and him together, that's one thing. But with Alexander Usyk, the guy that beat Anthony Joshua back to back, he will not get that same amount of money, and he doesn't have that type of clout because the fighters that he fought, first of all, has never fought in Saudi Arabia. And second of all, he has not done anything to warrant that amount of money that he asked for, which now we know, which is double the amount of money that Anthony Joshua received against Usyk, which is absolutely delusional. How could he think that he would deserve twice as much as Anthony Joshua? That is absolutely ridiculous. That's why the Saudis laughed him out of there, and I think he felt offended because of that. And that is the take, guys. You guys tell me what you think about this compilation of frustrated British talk shows, platforms, radio stations talking about Tyson Fury and his inability to sign the dotted line. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.